Hey everyone, so we're having a really quick look at understanding what the term is, the relative minor, understanding how it works, how can you apply it as a musician, as a composer, as a writer, as a player, all of that stuff. It's such an easy thing to understand, and it's just another one of those little building blocks where you put all this information together and you can see music as a whole and you can start understanding how everything works, and that's what's really important. We don't learn music by patterns or by figures or by shapes here, okay? We learn everything as a whole, so it makes sense. So this one little bit of theory you can take onto another instrument if you want, and that's what it's all about. And enough of my rambling, let's get started, okay? Now, if any of this theory doesn't make sense, go back and check out my grade 1 playlist, okay? It's on my channel, the address is here, it's just under the intro link, and all of the theory videos in there. They're all for free, and they all just go through one by one, and it'll help you understand everything if it doesn't make sense. But pressing on, so you guys understand that once you've made a major scale, okay, using this order of tones and semitones, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, once you've made that major scale, they're actually all the notes that are in the major key signature. So I always come back to C because there's no sharps or flats. So for me, that's really easy to remember. So I really like applying knowledge with the key signature of C major or the major scale of C major, okay? So here's all the notes in the key signature of C major. Here's all the chords in the key signature of C major. Again, if that didn't make sense, check out the grade 1 playlist, it's all in there. But here's all the chords of C major, the key signature of C major. Now what's brilliant is all of those chords are actually in another key signature. So if you already know how to play all those chords in C major, you actually know another key signature as well. So it's so easy. All you need to do to find the relative minor key signature is all you need to do is find out that root note, okay? So in this example, it's C because we're looking at C major. If we were looking at D major key signature, then the root note would be D. Just that simple, it's the first note, okay? So you've got C, count down 3 semitones or 3 frets or 3 keys on a piano, okay? C, B, A sharp, A. That's all it is, okay? So the relative minor of C major is A minor. Now have a look, here's all the chords of C minor key signature. Look familiar? Now because they use all the notes that are in the key signature of C major as well, it's all the same chords as in C major. It's just in a different order. That's all there is to it. You've just started, you can think of it as you started on the 6th degree of C major key signature, okay? Or you've just counted down 3 semitones from your root note, C, you've gone to A. That's all the chords and all the notes that you can find in the key signature of A minor. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's some cool theory, Pat. How am I going to use that? Well, if you're writing a song and you want to have a go at writing a song in a minor key signature, there you go. If you know the major key signature, you now know the minor key signature. Really easy. If you know all the chords in a major key signature, you now know all the chords in a minor key signature. But what about if you want to write a melody or a solo or a lyrical melody idea, something like that, okay? Well, what's brilliant is if you've got the key signature of C major, okay, here's all the notes for C major, it would make sense that you can play a C major scale because it's the same notes, okay, over the whole progression. So any chord that you hear in C major, you can play a C major scale. Well, if you flip it around and you're in the key signature of A minor, okay, then if you're in that key signature, you can play an A minor scale over the whole progression, okay? So also what that means is that if you're in the key signature, let's go back to C major, you can play a C major scale over the whole thing, and you can play an A minor scale over the whole progression as well, because all those notes are the same, it's just in a different order, and that's all that it means. Now if there's any questions of any kind, just leave a comment below, and if you like the efforts that I put in, please like this video. Every like really helps, okay? But that's it. So it's just that little bit of knowledge. So now that you know if you've got a key signature, a major key signature, 3 semitones back from your root note is the relative minor key signature. All the chords are the same, but it's a minor key signature, and you can play that one minor scale over the whole progression of either its major counterpart or the minor, the relative minor. That's it, that's all there is to it. So have you ever heard about someone saying, oh, just play the relative minor over that progression? Now you understand what it means, okay? See you guys again, bye.